And from your point of view, general questions for linguistic sciences, what is the main interest and the principal point of investigation we have to do to conduct now?
Yeah. Well, the first point, I think, is this. This is natural language. Since the time of Saussure, at least, linguists have held the belief that spoken language is the primary facet of language, and it's in particular ordinary, everyday, colloquial spoken language, which is normal language. It's the principal exponent or exemplar of natural language, and that is the object of study of linguistics. But most linguists don't study that because it's difficult and because obtaining access to such data is difficult. I mean, yeah, for sure some linguists do. For instance, in sociolinguists, it's been well recognized that natural language is spontaneous conversation is an object of inquiry. Although even then, actually, sociolinguists tend to use interviews and other more structured forms of language. And, because of the difficulties of obtaining material, if one wants to do experimental studies, so in the other half of my life as an experimental phonetician, laboratory phonologist, yes, of course, we collect data in the lab under controlled conditions in order to study the phenomena we want. And that's all very valuable and valid research. Or if you are a syntactician or a semanticist, then you're reliant on perhaps descriptive studies of very often written language. If you're interested in corpus linguistics as a source of data, very often again it's written corpora are the norm, not spoken corpora. And so the very object of study that linguists have said, this is what we should be studying, very few of us are studying for very good reasons. So one of my aims is to transform linguistics, to make it that much easier for people to gain access to very large amounts of naturally occurring naturalistic data and to show that it can be done. Yes, there are some technical problems to be addressed and solved, but it's not. That's true in any discipline. One has to have techniques and technology for getting hold of data and for working with it, and one has to have methodologies and so on, and that constantly changes. But at least what we're saying is the object of study should be natural, can be, not should be, I'm not telling people, can be naturally occurring speech. Language in the wild, as I call it, we can study language like natural history, just looking at what people actually do in all sorts of contexts, in naturalistic settings, in speech that they decide themselves, not speech that they've been scripted or an experimenter has given them. So that's at the heart of what I'm trying to do with the corpus.